78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all smash the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, please share the joint. So I was checking out Ring TV's or Ring Magazine's YouTube podcast they be doing. As we know, Devin the Dream Haney was on there co-hosting as a guest on their show. Max Kellerman needs to stop talking about boxing immediately. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Max makes some sense, but Max tries too hard to be controversial, rage baiting, and whatever you call it, that stuff these guys do nowadays to go viral. So Max Kellerman says that to Devin Haney, Devin asked him, he said, look, who do you think is better, Edwin De Los Santos or Brian Norman Jr., right? Max Kellerman with a straight face says, well, I think you could say De Los Santos. So Devin said that he had lost his mind or whatever. And this it's getting ridiculous, man. Just because these guys put on the suit and tie and sit down in front of a camera don't mean they know what they're talking about when it comes to the sport of boxing. Edwin De Los Santos is a good fighter for sure. But this is why when I was doing this video, I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Brian Norman just sign Edwin De Los Santos? Shout out to Brian Norman Jr. for that. Brian Norman trying to do some big things, got his promotional company started up, and he just signed Edwin De Los Santos. And that's dope, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to try to pit them against each other, nothing like that, but just to tell you that Max Kellerman needs to stop talking about boxing immediately. And the excuses that these guys keep making for Ryan Garcia, like every time they bring up Devin Haney's fight with Ryan, it's like, oh yeah, Ryan, he tested positive, but you got knocked down. It's like they still punishing him or holding him accountable for fighting a guy for getting cheated, right? Then you had who else? Who's the other one? Mike Carpenter. Mike Carpenter took a shot at Deontay Wilder for no reason, knowing he wouldn't say nothing to Deontay Wilder's face. But Mike Carpenter took a jab at Deontay Wilder, and this is why don't nobody like Mike Carpenter. Mike Carpenter sit around and does his best to hate on fighters and stuff like that. He's trying to give Devin props and stuff like that, but Mike Carpenter is a full-fledged hater. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I mean? But other than that, I seen Rolly Romero as well. I seen Rolly talking to Brian Custer, and Rolly on there talking about religion and how he found the Lord and God saved him because he had some. Rolly said God saved him, you know what I'm saying, because he had poison in his system, and he was he never explained it fully, you know what I'm saying. But that's what happens when people come to a crossroad in their life. They start getting into religion and stuff, and they're looking for answers in search of all this type of stuff. So whatever, it is what it is. To each his own. But Rolly says that he don't believe Ryan was really on PEDs. So even though Ryan tested positive, Rolly says he don't believe Ryan was on PEDs because PEDs don't do this and PEDs don't do that and blah, blah. When did Rolly Romero become an expert on performance enhancement drugs? Because they call it performance enhancement drugs. Smarter people than Rolly Romero, who probably maybe got out of 8th grade, but smarter people than Rolly have determined that these drugs that we created to stop muscle wasting diseases, to enhance your performance. That's why they call PEDs. But Rolly doesn't seem to understand that, so Rolly keeps saying, well, Ryan, he did. He's like Keyshawn. Well, Ryan was still getting tired, and y'all need to stop talking about stuff. If y'all love telling us, boxing fans, to stop talking about boxing, you don't know boxing. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about when it comes to the medical field. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about when it comes to performance enhancement drugs, right? That's why y'all keep getting popped, because you letting these dietitians and other people tell y'all, oh, you won't pop dirty for this. Oh, they can't catch this. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. So just stop. You're watching YouTube videos, taking crash courses on PEDs, and you don't know what you're talking about. So just stick to boxing, right? That's what y'all tell us, to stick to doing other stuff. Y'all need to just stick to boxing and stop talking about PEDs, like I said. Because as soon as y'all get cheated, the story gonna change, right? But when it comes to Devin, oh, y'all want to try to downplay the PEDs, like PEDs didn't have nothing to do with it and all this type of stuff. Whatever, man. It is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man, of Max Kellerman's comments that Edwin De Los Santos is better than Brian Norman Jr. It's just hilarious how everybody picked Brian Norman to beat Devin, but now y'all trying to diminish Brian Norman Jr. Typical, man. I'm up out of here, though. Deuces, y'all.